Is he in voice chat now? Is Captain in there? Oh, he is.
We were actually just having a discussion on a feature, a potential feature, but some of us were in agreement and some of us were not.
Ooh, let's hear this. I want to hear both
So,
sides.
so the idea is that you could back up your phrase through some
This is
means
live, by the
through
way.
iCloud, and the
iCloud,
way
yeah.
I pitched it was that kind of like how when you go to some merchants now and you pay with Apple Pay, it doesn't actually give you the merchant the credit card number. It gives a randomly generated code. Um, Something like that in terms of backing up and syncing your wallet. So when you re-download the app on a new phone, it automatically signs you in.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah,
Let's
and
hear the
I
other
think
side.
that's a decent feature. I think a lot of people
It
would
is.
use
It's a
it.
very decent
My
feature.
personal take on it is I just don't like having that sort of sensitive information given to a third party, even if it's Apple or something. I would rather just have it all to myself and have it be totally in my control. That's just my take on it, but I do think it's a feature that a lot of people would use.
Well, I think both sides of this argument are going to be very happy.
Go on.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
And
What's
we
new?
did mention
What's
we
new?
did
What's
mention
coming?
it would be user choice and not something that would be forced. And I kind of assumed that would be a given, just because that's how things normally operate. It's more you opt in more than a you have to opt out sort of thing.
Right. Which is great because obviously privacy is one of your main concerns, and which is definitely making that a toggle or something you actually have to manually apply would be really cool. So glad to hear that we might be happy in the future.
Yeah, both sides. What you guys are thinking is not what's going to happen, but I'll put it this way: you both are going to be very, very happy with what's to come. So,
Glad to hear it.
Hooray!
Love you, John.
ooh,
Hey, John, I had a question for you.
yeah.
What's the possibility of when the SafeMoon exchange comes out that we see some sort of educational reward system like what Coinbase has? I don't see any other competitors to them, and I know it's a big incentive for a lot of people to want to download and use their app. Is that something that's potentially on the table in the future?
We'll talk marketing. I mean, yes, that's something that has been discussed, but I delegated that to the team.
Cool. I would love it if it comes out, and we'll see what happens, but I think you guys are doing a great job.
Appreciate it.
Hey John, Mr. Block here. Could I have
So that was
ask
my
a
question,
real
guys.
quick?
Sure can.
Could we? Is there a possibility that you guys could implement multi-sig wallets in the future?
Yes.
Okay, just curiosity.
Very, very. I mean, yes. Yeah, it's there's no other way to put it. Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, John. Quick question.
Yes.
I'm ex Big Bop. At the bottom. I just have a quick question. So I was looking at some of the just stop me if I'm going too far. I was looking at the job applications, and one of the things is like IT with military grade encryption. So like I work for the government, doing Air Force, doing military encryption type stuff and IT stuff. Do you know what type of military encryption you're going to be using?
So they use military grade.
I know you can use like.
But
go
that's
ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
that's we use that in the civilian terminology, not those who've actually been in the military and use military grade items.
Gotcha, okay.
So, it's if you have knowledge of encryption, you're good.
Yeah, because I get out next. I'm getting out next year, and I was kind of looking at like job applications. I'm trying to submit mine because for what I do, and I do encryption and other networking type stuff. So I didn't know. I was thinking about applying, but I don't know how kind of encryption stuff that is. So I just want to get an understanding before I like get my hopes up and try to understand. But thank you. I appreciate your yeah.
Yeah, feel free to apply.
Everyone, if you're just coming in, if you could please mute yourself, unless you're moderating. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone, for who's muting.
Are you giving a speech this week?
No. This was kind of a last minute kind of thing. So not at this conference, but I will be walking around. I will be have a camera. We'll be getting some content, and I'll be talking to the SafeMoon Army. So if you guys are going, hit me up. I'll be wearing some merch. Easy to spot. So I pretty much wear the exact same hat everywhere I go. So not hard to spot. Look for the 2 watches.
Hey, John.
How's it going?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
I have a very general question. It's not anything product specific. It's more, how does it feel, or how do you deal, or both, day in, day out with the constant when, why, knowing everything you know and not being able to give all that you want to give?
Patience. It just comes down to self-control and patience. Well, I would love to talk about everything that we're doing and working on and behind the scenes. If I do a lot of that, a lot of it won't happen. So I just look forward to those moments when we do release something and the community loves it.
Great answer. Thank you.
Not a problem. Looks like someone's playing Minecraft right now. Oh, and they're gone.
When consolidation?
When we finish out a few different items. So, I mean, it's all but done. We're just working out the implementation. It's more of a, how do you get the communication piece out? How do you tell everyone about it? Who's holding, 2.5 to 4.5 million people. And then calculating the proper amount of time that it takes to migrate over, and then simplifying the process down to essentially 1 click. So that's what we're working towards right now.
Would we get
So it's how to get there, not how to do it.
No, yeah, it's which way do we implement versus how do you actually implement this? Contract's built. So it's just what's going to be the most accessible way for users to actually migrate is what we're settling on. So we're looking at data, social listening, stuff like that. When I say social listening, basically just reading Twitter and Reddit and going through the data.
Would it be like an airdrop with the tokens, or
No.
it would be the same?
No, it wouldn't necessarily be an airdrop. We would actually want to do a real migration or an upgrade.
So what happens to the people that don't migrate over? What happens to the supply if they don't move?
So we're working through that right now. Ideally, and this is not confirmed yet, we're still working through interpretation. We'll leave that quote-unquote bridge open. We just won't. We'll just be working with the V2 from then on forward. So that'd be the main.
Hey, real quick, if you're just coming in, if you could please mute yourself, that would be great, unless you're moderating. It makes it easier for us to see who's hot micing. Thanks.
Hey, John, is there any other upgrades in version 2?
I went through them during one of the AMAs or one of the Twitter Spaces. So, besides what I went through, nothing really on the feature side. Code got cleaned up, better labels. So, just basic housekeeping items. But the biggest portion is future-proofing it, where we have the ability, if we need to upgrade further and migrate in an easier fashion. The main feature that I'm excited about is the wallet-to-wallet transfer fee. Instead of being 10, it's 2. That way you can actually start doing a lot more commerce with it, and especially with stuff that's happening in the Gambia and elsewhere in the world. That's going to be a big critical component. And now, well, a lot of fudsters would be like, "Oh, well, you're reducing the wallet to wallet transfer. This isn't the buy and sell. This is the wallet to wallet transfer fee to 2%." It's what the data shows. Again, data driven decision making. What the data shows is we're missing out on like 80% of use by having 10% wallet to wallet transfer. Because if you're trying to send grandma money for coffee, or rather than using Venmo, you pay your friend in SafeMoon for picking up your meal. 10% is rather large, but 2% is fair. Same mechanics.
Is there
I mean,
is there a
so
cap
the
on the
same
wallet to
5 and
wallet
5 and
transfer?
21. What was that?
Is there a cap on the wallet to wallet transfer? The amount?
In what regards? Context?
The amount that you can actually transfer from wallet to wallet. Is there a not really a dollar amount, but maybe SafeMoon amount cap?
What's your worry there?
People bypassing exchanges.
Now, when you say bypassing exchanges, what do you mean?
A workaround where someone sells it to somebody for more than under 10%, but more than 2%, trying to make profits.
That's called an OTC
Not really a worry,
trade, and
just a question.
those things take place all the time. Now, if you want to talk about that, that's rather easy to do. You make a new wallet, you transfer everything else but SafeMoon into the new wallet, and you hand over the 12-level passphrase. So I get the concern, but
no, I wasn't worried about it. I was just curious if somebody would try to take it.
No.
Hey John.
Hey, how's it going?
This is Kirito. I have a question, or I wanted to get your thoughts on a feature that I've been suggesting for the wallet, or maybe the token in general. Specifically the reflections. What are your thoughts on being able to the reflections into other tokens on the SafeMoon blockchain when that comes out?
Sounds like a great idea, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
So I'll add it to
Thank
the
you.
our whiteboard. We'll look it over.
Awesome. Thanks.
Can I ask a question?
Sure can.
We love you, John. Let's go, baby.
That's my question.
Appreciate that.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, can you pretty please fix the spelling of Project Phoenix so it lines up with the proper spelling of Phoenix so it just looks more...
Never.
No.
That's intentional, my guy.
The inside joke.
Quick
It
question. So go ahead. Okay. Quick question. Two-parter. Is there by the time we get the blockchain, the exchange and everything else, or by that 1-year anniversary? That's not me. That's not me. That is not me. Okay, sorry. Someone's making these noises. With the exchange, the blockchain, and everything else, is there possibly going to be another CerTech audit to see where we're kind of at?
I prefer to use a different provider in terms of an audit. Someone like a Big Four, PwC, McKinsey, or a KPMG, Deloitte.
So, again, if once we get all these, the blockchain, and everything else, the exchange, is there a possible another? I don't want to use the word audit. Sorry, my bad. What you said in the future, like by the 1-year anniversary or something like that.
Doing a QA/QC look over once around from a large audit provider.
Basically, yeah. That's what I'm kind of like. See where security is and where everything else is, and all of the. Yeah, basically, you're saying, yeah.
Yeah. So we love those kind of things, and that's something that we have right now in the pipeline.
Gotcha. And my second question is, As this being as we all know, everyone here loves SafeMoon, and you're the head guy. What, how much do you spend on this in a day? Like how much waking time do you spend on SafeMoon? Like 16-hour days, like you're on it all time?
I'll put it this way: I haven't really had a day off, so when I'm doing everyday things, like even just going to the grocery store, I'm on my phone, Slack, talking to employees, working on something. So I would say, like, from the moment when I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, there's something always SafeMoon going on. Do I multitask? You know, if it's just I don't know, hey, it's an HR meeting. Well, no, I don't multitask through that. I actually pay attention. But you know, if it's just a medial task that has to be done, like reading over a prospectus or something, I'll take that time where I don't have to use a lot of brain power and use that to take over or take care of personal stuff. So I would say probably like from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, I do SafeMoon.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
I got a question.
Send it.
So I don't know if it's been answered, but you we're looking at hiring some veterans in the professional community that will help with like being the next CFO or CTO. Have y'all heard anybody yet?
I'm doing interviews. Yeah.
Okay.
John, I got a question, mate.
Hey, real quick, if you guys are just coming in, if you could please mute yourself, it makes it a lot easier to moderate the room so we can see who's hot micing. Thank you. You're all doing great. Thank you.
Do you have a timeline of when you're wanting to?
I'll say the same thing I put in Discord all the time. Do you guys want a chef or a fry cook? It's gonna be done when we find the right person. So no, I don't have an exact timeline.
Yeah, I have a question as well. Since we're talking about blockchain, if you don't mind, are you able to shed light on what we might be using? Will it be 3.0, or is there a possibility working with Dell as well?
I can't shed light on that.
I had a question about the relationship between the burn wallet and the consolidation. In terms of like, will the burn wallet also consolidate at the same time as the consolidation? And I mean, there's a lot of questions in my head about how that relationship would really take place in a way that just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and that's one of the aspects we're working through right now, the mechanism in which to put that through. Now, first off, those tokens are burned. There's no migrating a burn tokens. They don't exist anymore. But still keeping that same mechanic is what we're currently looking at. We have multiple solutions of how to do it. It's just which one's going to be the best one for
Lay down.
different products.
So I guess I'm more thinking like, I feel like the burn rate would change dramatically when they do switch to the consolidation, that there won't be that same percentage. No, it'll be the same.
Please
Again,
mute
it's
your
based
mic
on
if you're not
volume.
asking a question.
It's SJB that has the.
Sorry, should I ask that again?
No, I got that. You said, will it change? No, the intention is not to change the burn rate with the consolidation.
Copy.
I'm already going.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome. Who is hot micing?
SafeMoon, James, can you stop hot micing, please?
Yo, John, what's good?
How's it going?
Yo, I see that you're just posting little tips and tricks about the wallet on Instagram and stuff. I just had one little suggestion I seen your last thing. You a DM about it, but if you can like slide right and see like your wallet transitions with like the amount, kind of like a tax tracker almost. It's kind of pretty cool. I sent you an example on Instagram about it. I thought it might work pretty well.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Hey, James.
Hey,
Can I ask
John,
you a
just want to say thank you. Hope you're doing well, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you for the question.
John, does.
Hey, John, I just got a question about West Africa, mate.
Okay, one at a time.
Okay, can I go?
Yep, you go.
Mate, just curious, buddy, with the blockchain implementation that's coming out, and with Project Phoenix and what's happening in Gambia, can you just tell us, is there any is there a particular use that you have in mind for the supply chain of coffee and the exports out of West Africa?
That's how do I put this? It's a very specific usage of technology and how you implement it. So no, I don't have anything specifically planned for coffee.
Okay, no worries. That's the only question I had. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, John.
Hey.
I just got a question about the MoonPay integration on the wallet. Do you know when exactly we could expect that?
As soon as it gets released.
Hey, John.
So we're at beholden to outside items. So, I can say this: the dev team and Ryan and everyone, they're working their butts off to get each one of these new updates out as quickly and efficiently as possible. So.
Yeah, they've been really good about getting updates out. Thank you, though, man.
Yep, no worries.
Hey, John.
Hey.
So I saw that you're going to be at the Silicon Slopes Summit this week. Any chances for a Utah County SafeMoon meetup?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
What would be the best way to kind of organize that?
I've got some stuff to take care of here. So I'd have to see when would work best and see if we can get some other team members there.
Yeah, I'm sure your schedule.
Organized. If it was something informal,
yeah,
like, hey, meet up at, I don't know, the mall, come say hi, or something in that regard. So
TGI Fridays. Yeah, Traverse Mountain or something like that. But yeah, your schedule's busier than mine, so whenever you have free, just if you shoot something on Twitter or something, I'll be there, man.
Cool.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Have a good evening.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
My question is for the exchange.
I heard exchange, but nothing before that.
My question's for the exchange. Did you hear that?
Yes.
So I kind of have a background in doing futures trading on the Dow and S&P. And when the exchange comes out, you had mentioned about futures. In trading futures, what's the fee schedule going to be like? Is it going to be something that's just basically per trade, or are we going to be having to pay 2% because it's going to be within the same ecosystem, or is it going to be something different?
That is a very complex question that I don't have the answer to at this current point in time, as I'm not the one that plans all that out.
Well, when I heard it, I was pretty excited about it. So
I think I was talking about future proofing, not necessarily futures, but futures is definitely a possibility. But I would say that more comes down to a regulatory standpoint versus a technical implementation, if that makes sense.
Okay. No, that makes perfect sense. So thanks, man. You're doing a great job.
Hey, John.
Hey, John, I got a question. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut anybody off.
No, go ahead. I can ask you next.
Sure.
Go ahead.
So John, I know you're heavily invested in Mooncraft, but I was going to ask you, do you have any desire to expand out than just Mooncraft as far as integrating SafeMoon into gaming?
Yes. However, Mooncraft comes first. So once that's done, we'll look at further developments.
I do have a suggestion too, and I don't know if it's even possible, but have you heard of a game called Star Citizen?
I have.
I think honestly, SafeMoon. What's that?
I said when Star Citizen.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the story of the year. But I was saying, I think Star Citizen would be a good opportunity for SafeMoon if they were ever interested in maybe integrating, some form of crypto.
Yeah, I think it would be a great opportunity. It just is a matter of having a relationship there and setting it up and talking to them and working through the logistics, the legal, and everything else that involves a large partnership in that regard.
Would you ever be interested in doing something like that?
Yeah, definitely.
just like
Definitely.
I'm aware.
I don't know anyone at Star Citizen.
Oh, Red RSI. Okay, cool, man.
So, John,
Yes.
Oh man.
when we stop in the burn,
When we stop the burn.
yeah, when we stop the burn.
When we stop the burn.
Okay.
All right, no, John, I just wanted to ask. This is SafeMoon Doc or Dan. We talked on the AMA. Just want to see how you're doing. How's the family? I know everybody wants questions about SafeMoon, but I mean, I know you live, breathe, eat, and sleep it. But how's everybody doing?
Dude, everyone's fine. They're all very understanding that my current 100% priority is SafeMoon, and so it does take up the majority of my time. So
great to hear. Thanks for everything you're doing.
I'm wondering if you can give us any idea about a dead man switch for the wallets.
What?
A
little
dead
more
man
context
switch.
than,
So let's say that I'm not on my wallet, say for 6 months or something like that, that the wallet would automatically start sending my bag to other wallets, like for family and so forth.
It's a pretty good idea. It's just, what would the implementation of that be, and how would you safeguard against, like, let's say you lose your key. Oh, well, no, that would be a good use case. If you lose your
What?
key, just wait the 6 months.
Did she do it?
Sorry, there's a lot of hot micing going on. So
And moderation's working on the hot mic. I'm sorry, sir.
oh yeah, no
we're
worries.
looking for him.
Find him. No, that's actually a really good idea. I'll
Yeah, I'm
shoot it
thinking
over to
it would-
Ryan.
I'm
That'd
thinking
be
it would be a
pretty
good
cool to
idea.
have as an option, so that you could
Yeah.
enable.
Because a lot of people lose their keys. Like, I feel for all the early Bitcoin holders who lost their keys because they thought Bitcoin and
Yep.
crypto was useless.
Exactly. So if I had wallets set up for my family members and I drop dead tomorrow, then in 6 months I haven't been into my account. It would just start dumping it into my family members' accounts, or I could have a separate bag set up. Or
Yeah,
Hey, John,
kind of
I got a
like a recovery email address, but a
Correct.
recovery wallet. So let's say even something as simple as I dropped my phone in the water. I didn't write my 12-word passphrase down. Oh no, it's gone. No, you've got 6 months that you have to wait until it goes into your new wallet. So no, I mean it's a really good idea. I'll actually talk to Ryan about that and the product team, the wallet team.
Here's an
about it.
idea for it, just to add to it.
Yeah,
A
go
reset
ahead.
feature. Like, let's say go on, there's some kind of reset. So in case you want to like reactivate it, or like a time thing, regardless, like a time bomb. In 6 months, switch over to this account, or you can reset it, almost like an alarm clock. In the circumstance that you do want to switch it over, like you said, like you lost your phone, but
Yeah.
Hey John, could they potentially include like NFTs in that regard? So let's say if 5 family members, you can somehow connect 5 NFTs to those wallets, and only if you have those NFTs in your wallets will you be able to receive the money from that quote unquote dead man switch.
That's a fantastic use of NFTs. Thomas and I talk a lot about NFTs. Beyond the use of JPEGs. I think him and I like just so you're all aware, NFT art in a lot of circumstances I'm not a huge it doesn't interest me personally, on a personal level. From a technical side, it's a different ball game. From supporting our users and demand, different ball game. But for me personally, I'm not really into the whole NFT art necessarily. What I like about NFTs is use cases like you were stating. If you hold this NFT, you're the beneficiary of this crypto wallet. So
That's what I
you
was
know,
thinking.
you know, wills are easily executed over a smart contract. It's like, okay, I bequeath, you know, 10 Bitcoin here, 2 billion SafeMoon there, you know, to each one of these NFTs. And so let's say, you know, your grandmother was super into crypto. She's hip. She's with it. She's super into crypto. And then she has a ton of Bitcoin or a ton of SafeMoon, whatever cryptocurrency she has, holds on the SafeMoon wallet. So then she knows she's going to pass away eventually. So she sets up her will via a smart contract. So she gives an NFT to her daughter, her son, and you know an estranged nephew somewhere or cousin. Yeah, just kick that person who just did that, please. Where was I? Okay, yeah. So each person holds an NFT. Let's say that family member also passes away or passes away beforehand. She doesn't have to go and update her will. They just need to transfer the NFT because that's what assigns the rights to the estate or whatever. See, use cases like that are fantastic. We're even down to like instead of a driver's license, you are an NFT. It's tied to your driver's license, tied to your medical records, stuff like that, to where you only have one real number that's pseudonymous that you can take around. I mean, a lot of use cases for non-fungible tokens beyond
All right, so,
the art section.
so I gave you a solution. Now I got a question.
Mm.
I was wondering how you guys have considered, how much you guys have thought you guys have put into quantum computing and how it will affect encryption and cryptocurrency in the blockchain and just all of the technology that is used in our sphere, so to speak.
See, this is an interesting conversation to have because I've looked a lot at quantum computing. The issue with quantum computing is how to put it. You have a three-dimensional problem and a two-dimensional problem. Quantum computers are really good at solving three-dimensional problems. Like, what's the fastest route from Kyoto to Tokyo? That's a three-dimensional problem. You know, you've got traffic density, you have, you know, distance of routes, and then you have, you know, human error. So it's very much a three-dimensional problem. Then you have a binary problem. And quantum computers, at least at this current state and probably for a while, they don't share the same logic with a binary computer. While their processing power is a lot, it's from a technical standpoint a lot more, it's a different kind of logic. You know, from a binary problem to a you know three-dimensional problem, if that makes sense.
It's hard to convert kind of backwards in a way.
Yes, yeah. It's like
That makes
one
sense
person
because
speaking
quantum
German, the other
computing
person
is the next
speaking
step. Yeah.
yeah, one person speaking German, one person speaking Chinese. It's like it's why a MacBook you can't plug in and necessarily there's no USB port to plug into a floppy disk kind of thing. Now you can write a program to then, you know, talk to it, but it's not going to be the same as if it's just reading it in its native language.
Hey, John, I got a question if you can hear me.
Yep, I can hear
you. I missed like the first few minutes of this, but pretty simple. You're going to be at the convention, like you know we've heard before. 2 parts. What are you looking to do, and can you give us any idea of like what your kind of like itinerary is?
I actually was not intending on going, to be perfectly frank. But I see it as a good opportunity to, you know, meet and greet other SafeMoon, you know, users and hodlers and everything else at a structured event like that. Top of that, it's good networking as well. You know, there is a blockchain and you know component there, and I do like hearing about different technologies in the world, and you know, it's just something nice to do.
Cool.
Hey, John.
Hey.
On the topic of NFTs, does Operation Phoenix stand for Fee on Information Transfer?
No.
Okay.
Hey, John.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Good. One, I was the one that came in earlier and yelled, "We love you."
one quick question for you. Just not SafeMoon related, but what are you most looking forward to on the up and coming Halo game?
Ooh. Honestly, it's the free roam aspect of it.
Okay, I can understand that. Yeah, it's looking really good. So I know you're a big Halo fan, so
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
ask you something more fun like that.
The free roam and then the story continues. So
definitely. Well, I appreciate all you're doing, man. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.
Hey, John.
I've got a quick question.
First off,
Go ahead, man.
sorry. First off, welcome home. Second, you guys have integrated Apple Pay. Is there a plan on Google Pay?
I'll talk
Any
to
chance
Ryan.
of
I
that?
assume so.
Full Ryan question there. Secondly, I recall you saying something around 400,000 holders that you would eat the pineapple pizza. Yeah, what's going on, man?
Moderators, ban him. I have no recollection of that, Senator.
Got it.
I got
it. Love you, brother. Love you.
I like it.
Stop running from the smoke.
And he's out. Now playing.
Hey.
Oh, you actually did it? I was joking.
No, I'm joking. I didn't do it.
It was a joke. Whoever did that.
Okay. Hey, John. I just had a question about the upcoming blockchain and the exchange. Is due to the delay of the wallet, has that been delayed as well, or no?
For the blockchain and the exchange. So, without giving up too much information because stuff isn't inked yet, the actual building, okay, centralized exchange technology is nothing new. You're just you're building a faster car, basically. There's nothing new and innovative about, oh, we're going to come out with a centralized exchange. So that part isn't difficult to do, the centralized exchange aspect, or CEX. The tech side isn't. It's the regulatory side. So that's what we're currently focusing our efforts on.
Okay. Yep. What I actually it does make sense. What I actually wanted to know, did the wallet the delay on the wallet, did that push things back for the other things that were supposed to be launched?
It wasn't the delay on the wallet, it was the how do I say this? The restructuring that took place within the company that caused delays. It wasn't the actual building of it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, question here. Are you planning on launching some kind of roadmap, changelog, like site where we can kind of see where the new updates will be released and other features that were kind of in the original promo video and other projects you're launching?
I mean, yeah, we can put that in. I'll talk to the see the issue is, and this is something that we ran into. It's we don't want to limit ourselves. For example, let's say blockchain is old tech and we have the ability to create something new. We call it, Goop Tech. I don't know. I'm just throwing a name out here. Goop Tech's better than blockchain. Well, why would we try to build blockchain when we could be building Goop Tech? And Goop Tech's far superior than blockchain, if that makes sense. So we don't want to limit ourselves to be like, okay, we're going to use blockchain, but wait, Goop Tech's way better. Why don't we just do Goop Tech? And then we release Goop Tech. Everyone gets mad about blockchain. See what I mean? But yeah, we can put more stuff up there. We do have a products page that shows the different stuff that we're working on currently. So we can provide more information on there if you guys want that.
Hey, John.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, like a feedback page or changelog, anything to see like kind of what's happening.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
This
problem.
is good enough, right?
Hey,
Hard
John.
enough, right?
Yes. Who's
All right.
okay? Go.
Okay. I got a question and a suggestion real quick. Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure. I'm happy what you guys are doing at SafeMoon, and I've seen a lot of improvement over the last few months. But my question is, Well, let me give my suggestion first because I don't remember my question. So my suggestion with the wallet, right? Is it possible for you guys to actually say if I wanted to take my coins, my SafeMoon to the exchange to the wallet, is it possible for me to do so by say if I just put my after I'm done paying for it and I want to swap it over to the wallet, if I can literally put like my on the like say my money or my SafeMoon and literally just swap it over to the icon of the wallet and it goes there without actually using the address itself. And say if it's like a verification with my fingertips so it knows it's me doing it. That make any sense?
Can you provide a little more context, clarity on that?
Okay, so I buy SafeMoon.
Yeah.
Instead of me keeping it on the exchange or wherever I have it, or say if I want to swipe it like wallet to wallet, instead of me actually like it's somewhat, providing an address to the wallet, but say I can literally like just, for one icon to the next, it kind of switches over without me actually have to like, go through putting the address manually, not necessarily manually, but copy the address. I can literally just, if I have a price of a number of SafeMoon, I can literally just put my finger on it and swipe it over, drag it over to the wallet icon or whatever, and it deposits my SafeMoon in there. You get what I'm saying? Like that make any
Yes.
sense?
Okay, so I'm gonna do a little brief back with you. So what I'm hearing is, let's say you have your SafeMoon on the SafeMoon wallet, but you want to use it with the SafeMoon exchange. But rather than having to put in your address, you'd rather just be able to be like, oh, connect to the SafeMoon exchange with my SafeMoon wallet. And then, boom, you can then start trading your SafeMoon or your Bitcoin or whatever else you're holding on the SafeMoon wallet on the exchange, the centralized exchange. But you'd like to
Yes.
do that in a more accessible, easier manner, a one click, as they would say.
Yeah, on one click
That's the
or just
intention.
a
Yeah, so
yeah.
that's the intention. That's why we are building this ecosystem out where it is a lot of these processes are one click. So
Okay, I
yeah,
got you. So my other question was
accessibility, quality, and security. That's the three things we
absolutely.
focus on.
Absolutely. So my other question was, is there any chance that you guys might be working with either Elon Musk or any of his companies in the future, like with what's it called? Starlink, I believe. I think they have an office in the Gambia too as well. Wasn't sure if that's a possibility.
I mean, possibilities are endless. I'm not a. I can't
Is
tell the
that in the
future.
plan? Right, okay. I wasn't sure if that had anything to do with like Operation Phoenix or not, but yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I can plan what we do and how we affect our own future. A little bit of stoicism there. You can only control yourself and what's within your inner circle. Um, but what other parties do in the future, at the end of the day, I don't have control. I can only control what we do. So, right now, we're just trucking along, and no, Starlink isn't necessarily directly tied to Phoenix.
Hey, John, I have a
Ah,
question.
interesting.
Yeah, quick question. Is there gonna be any type of like uh kind of it's SafeMoon? It's like SafeMoon, but like MetaMask type thing where it's like you can have like on your Chrome extension. Is there gonna be like a SafeMoon extension in the future?
Yes. Yeah. So well, yeah, yes. So if you have a Mac right now, I believe, or if you have an M1 Mac, I've tested it. You can use and download the SafeMoon wallet on there. But in terms of a direct Chrome extension, I'll talk to Ryan about that. We have a lot like our Jira board is massive, and we have a lot of stuff in the pipeline that we're working. But each item has to be worked on in like we have to get through each item. Every piece builds on itself, and it has to be done in an efficient manner. So
Correct. No, because the reason why I was saying, because I mean, a lot of people know, like I've talked to a lot of people here, and that they know who I am, and I talk a lot about SafeMoon in the future and like what's gonna happen. I mean, you know more than I do. obviously, but I'm thinking about like the whole Mooncraft thing and like how Mooncraft leadership said that they're gonna start creating NFTs for that, and I was like, well, in my head, how are they gonna do it? And the only way for them to do it is you'd have to like link up your account.
Yeah, so I'll put it this way. I'll
yeah,
put
yeah,
it this way.
my bad. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So the Mooncraft leadership doesn't actually have like they don't get to set the precedent of what happens. That happens at the senior level. So I'll leave it at that. So unless it comes from the official Twitter, leave it be. But yeah, we do intend to do NFTs. That is something that we have discussed. That was more in regards to some game modes. So yes, NFTs, but probably not in the way you're thinking.
Okay. So would we be so they're also saying like we can use SafeMoon, like either put our SafeMoon wallet into the Mooncraft world. Would there be any like so for expanding out? Would we like could we partner up with other? Or sorry, would you be able to? Would you want to partner with other like big Minecraft like I don't want to shill or whatever, but like they're big Minecraft names like Mineplex or Hypixel, and like kind of be like, hey, we have SafeMoon, like you can use like NFT type of stuff, and that's my kind of thing. Working with other big Minecraft servers to.
Yeah, I actually don't have an answer to that at this time.
Okay. Would there ever be like a Minecraft YouTuber like for like hey trying to like showing off the world and like using I think Ryan kind of used a thing where it was kind of like type thing like, oh, if you use my code, you get SafeMoon, but I also get I forget what it's called though.
The affiliate program.
Affiliate program. Yeah, my bad. Like a dedicated Minecraft person that you guys would hire to kind of like show off.
We can look at that. Again, I'm gonna have to.
It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. My bad. Sorry, I get really in depth. I'm very.
Oh no.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it sounds like
Sorry,
you're very like that's something that you really care about is the Mooncraft stuff. I'm at a senior level, and we do have a lot of employees. So the unfortunate fact is I can't do it all. If I could, I would. So sometimes I just don't have an answer to things, and that's okay. But I'll get an answer.
Yeah, I'm very, very. A lot of people know I'm very, very analytical, and I look at every single route. And I just sorry for it's such an in-depth question, but yeah, I appreciate all your advice and what you're saying. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, John. I've got a question. Thanks for all you do, by the way.
No problem.
I get the impression
I asked the question.
SafeMoon is looking to reduce its dependency on, I guess, like internet service providers and things like that. Like I hear a lot about sort of implementations in places like Gambia and stuff where there's like these high latency things, and you've been recently talking about Internet of Things, mesh networks and stuff like that. In the future, what do you think SafeMoon will look like in terms of reducing its dependency on, I guess, ISPs and things like that? Are we looking at kind of branching off and having our own decentralized internet, which is like a tinfoil thing, or what?
I can't answer that question at this time.
That's it? Okay. No worries, man. Hey, cheers.
John, did I hear you like to play Halo?
I do. I do enjoy
Are
Halo
you
a lot.
a fan? Do you like Halo Reach or Halo 6?
Sorry, I hear NFL going in the background. I can't hear you over him.
Oh.
Give it a second.
I was just curious
Cool.
which your favorite game was of the series. Mine was Halo Reach so far.
I will say Reach. I think Reach had a really fantastic campaign. So I play Halo campaigns mainly. That's what I
Right.
really enjoy. And so I think Reach had like a full breadth story, and I do. If you haven't played it, I mean, play it. But I do like the story a lot. You know, it's a little bit darker storyline, and you just feel a little bit more emotionally invested.
Yep.
You don't feel invincible in the game, like you do when you play as the Master Chief.
Yeah, a Miles' death got me on that one. I teared up a bit, but
Yeah.
I always wondered what happened to June
Yeah.
because at the very end he disappears.
This I think the close runner-up, nearly tied, is ODST.
Oh yes. Definitely that one. Then I caught the YouTube series, which I thought was freaking awesome. The Forward Onto Dawn.
Yeah, that was good. I did enjoy that. Wish it had a little bit more Chief, but no, it was good.
Hey, John, I got a question.
Yep.
Hey, you mentioned on an AMA that a previous job kind of introduced you to crypto and to getting into where you're at now. Did you see something you liked? Did you see something you didn't like? Or was it a combination of both? What was it exactly that kind of led you down this path?
It was kind of both. Saw the possibilities, and then saw how it was being implemented. So didn't like how a lot of things were being implemented. I'm like, why are you doing it that way when there's better ways to go about it? But then I also saw the possibilities of blockchain technology in general. So a little bit of column
Gotcha.
A, a little
Thank
bit of column B.
I had a quick question if I could ask.
Send it.
So the question I had was if you know anything about the gas fees for the blockchain, if they would be competitive or not. Do you have any idea on that?
That is a wizard question.
Yeah, I know. I
But again, I'll bring it back to this. We're always focused on accessibility, quality, and security. So.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, John, I have a question.
I have a question regarding the SafeMoon card. Originally, when you guys had announced it, we were supposed to have partnered with Simplex, and I was pretty excited about that because Simplex was getting bought out by a Canadian company, which was going to make them multi-continental, and they had also just gotten signed with Visa, so I knew that the SafeMoon card would then be Visa powered. So my question is, now that we're working with Wire, what's that going to look like as far as global usability, and will it be powered by like Visa, MasterCard, any of the major credit card processors?
I can't really comment on that time. Yes, we still are planning on the SafeMoon card. That comes down to a regulatory standpoint. How do I answer this? You guys won't be disappointed. I'll put it that way.
So you guys are making conscious efforts to pay close attention to where we'll be able to use it. Like, because my big concern is, am I going to be able to use it anywhere? Like, I just want to be able to go, make purchases. I'm in the U.S., in Michigan, pretty close to Canada. So we travel internationally, between U.S. and Canada. And then, occasionally we go abroad further, to Europe or Mexico. So my hope is that I'll be able to use it anywhere I go. And it sounds like you guys are aiming to achieve that. Yeah.
We make a very conscious effort to make sure it's accessible to all. So
awesome. And I don't know if you had said this in your latest update, but are you guys still shooting for a 2021 release on the card, or is that going to be 2022?
Depends on how this other thing, how fast we can get that done.
Okay, but it shouldn't be even if we go into 2022, it probably won't be too far.
It'll release faster than Halo Infinite will.
All right.
Hey,
Well, thank
John.
you. I appreciate your time and everything you guys do for us. Thanks a lot, John.
Thank you.
John, I have a question.
Send it.
Okay. My simple question is, how are you going to be able to have the exchange work in New York, specifically New York? I live here, and literally the only two ways of buying crypto
is Gemini or Coinbase. Are you guys looking to get a New York license for the exchange?
I mean, our
It has
goal
to
is
be
to
the
be
bid
accessible
license.
everywhere. So, yes, that is not a simple question to answer. Yeah, we're focused on that's why, like with the exchange and everything else we do, like the regulation, the legal side of things takes up a lot of our time. A lot of our time. So, while sometimes people might be thinking, well, the devs might not be putting stuff to code, it's because the actual dev side of it is rather quick. You're talking, if the development of something takes a week, the regulatory and legal side takes a month, if that makes sense. So our intention is to be everywhere, but it takes time depending on the jurisdiction. So.
Hey, John, I have a question.
John, quick question. Once V2 or right before a V2 gets released, is there going to be any legal statement that you're going to publish, or you and Ryan are going to talk to, or even you and your lawyers about because being in the United States and so like, oh, I don't have to pay, that's long-term gains, but because the V2
Yeah, I'm not
gets,
a tax guy. I'm not a tax guy, so I don't answer tax questions.
is there at least going to be a statement that's going to be released
I
about
don't
that?
answer tax questions, man.
My bad. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, John, can you shed any light on how cryptonomics is going to work for coins that don't already have a tokenomics feature built in?
Yeah. Can I? I'll have to talk to legal how I phrase that. So right now I can't, but I'll get an answer for you.
Hey, John, how's
sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just had a quick question. Was SafeMoon always going to be your project's name, or
We're not changing the name.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, like, did this project come to be, and then the name came later, or was it always SafeMoon?
It was always SafeMoon.
Hey, John, how's outward expansion looking right now as far as hiring new talent? And I know you just took keys to your new office in Utah. How are things looking in that area?
Fantastic. We've got some great candidates, and HR is doing the HR thing. So
awesome. Do you think your experience working in the contracting world has kind of helped you prepare for that, and like the situation that you're in right now, leading this?
I actually never really worked in the contracting world as an employee.
Okay.
So,
Oh, I thought you were a
say
government contractor.
my background has helped with that.
Definitely. Awesome. Hey, John.
Hey.
Quick question real quick for you. In terms of the blockchain and the exchange, has the recent SEC talks that's been in the works in the last like 2 months, has that like been taken in, like have you been taking that into account in terms of like when the blockchain and the exchange are released, just potentially like being hit with more of those regulations?
Are you talking about SEC Safe Harbor Protocol version 2? Are you talking about the SEC recent lawsuit that was filed against Coinbase in regards to their lend program? Or are you talking about Uniswap and the quote-unquote investigation that the SEC is doing, or what do they call it, fact-find mission?
The second one, where you said
the second one, the lend program.
Yes, the Coinbase lend program.
Yeah. So that right there is how do I crap? How do I? Gotta be careful what I say, because people get mad if I say the wrong thing. So you have to work within the parameters that you're given. And traditionally, based on when I talk to other people in like the financial space, because cryptocurrency kind of is a bridge between technology and fintech. Dare I say it's like the midway between fintech and normal technology, just because it can live in both realms, where you're able to use blockchain technology to send or to be an internet of things, or it's a store of value or a way to do remittances. But anyway, I was talking to some friends in the financial space, and lending stuff or doing investment instruments that are defined in SEC, like that are actually defined in SEC regulation, can get you in trouble. So yes, we do always look at the ever changing space, or the ever changing how do I put it, goalpost. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, whatever analogy that you want to use. It changes a lot, and I have people, dedicated people that watch that, and our legal team is fantastic in staying on top of those
Fantastic.
items.
Yeah, I know when you mentioned earlier regarding like the whole futures discussion, all that. That's why I wanted to bring up the SEC just in regards to make sure like everything, because I know you're probably gonna be going through a lot more regulation with that. So I just want to double check with you. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I just want to ask a quick question. Is there going to be any change to swap and liquefy, or any possible change to like tokenomics in the future?
So I kind of covered swap and liquefy. That's a wizard question. In terms of the tokenomics, I did talk about the feature where nothing changes to the user technically, except now you can, rather than, how to put it. So you have 10 users. Only one of them is willing to lose 10% to pay for coffee for their grandmother. Now, if you change it to 2%, all the other 9 now are willing to send coffee to their grandmother. So in all reality, you actually get more volume and more reflections off of lowering it to 2% in a wallet-to-wallet transfer, or a commerce-like thing, versus keeping the plain old 10% in that regard. You know, the version 1 was a phenomenal game of checkers. We're upgrading the chess. So similar mechanics, you know, a lot of strategy involved. It's a good game, except you can do more in one versus the other. So it's an upgrade. That's the only change. But in terms of like the buy and sell transactions that everyone's used to, those aren't changing.
Okay, and with swap and liquefy, I know that everybody kind of knew that there was the SafeMoon there's being more SafeMoon put in than BNB, so it was having a small lowering of the price when that happened. Is that something that might get changed in the future?
That's a wizard question. So
okay.
Talking about daily uses, John, I have some ideas for business uses, more likely for the wallet. Is there any chance to make like QRs with how many you have to pay and the address of the business? This way, the client only have to scan the QR and click to pay.
I think what he's
we've talked
asking,
about
John.
merchant stuff. We have talked about tools for merchants, but I don't have specifics on that right now.
Hello?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, John.
Great to meet you as well.
Quick question. I don't know if you've ever talked about it before, but can you go into just like how you met, I don't know, SafeMoon Dev and Papa, and how everyone sort of got together and started this whole thing?
We've covered that in the past. Yeah. So worked with Thomas. He was one of my employees. And then we had an idea. The team did, and SafeMoon got posted. Those who remained contributed more. Hank came in afterwards to do website stuff originally. But I can't really comment on anything past that. I have to talk to. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Oh,
If you
cool.
follow
I appreciate it.
the
I get
real
it.
employees of SafeMoon, you know, Real Housewives of whatever, but real
Yeah.
employees of SafeMoon, I'm sure you're aware of.
Yeah,
things,
for sure.
So
And just one quick thing, with the SafeMoon wallet, my SafeMoon, like the bulk of it, is stored on a wallet that I only have a private key for, not a seed phrase. Can we get the ability to import with the actual private key and not just the seed phrase?
That is a wizard question.
Okay. Because like as it is, I can't actually use the SafeMoon wallet for my SafeMoon right now because I don't have a seed phrase for it. I just have the private key.
Yeah, I would talk to Thomas about that.
Yeah, totally agree. That key
Thank
is
you.
very sensitive. I have a question. So when is V2 and is there a migration process or what? How's that happen? Is it
It's an
automatically?
upgrade, and our intention is to have it like one click.
One click. Okay. So what happens if user they miss it, they forgot to click on it? Is it gonna stay open forever or is there a time frame?
The intention is to everyone be able to come over. So we're currently working through that process.
So when is it happening again? Is it sometime this year, next month?
Yeah, we're working through that. So it will be this year, but we're working through that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Because it's not just as simple. Because we have other like with the 18 plus exchanges that we're listed on, it's not just a matter of the DEX getting migrated over. It's also working with our partners and making sure we're communicating that correctly and how the tokenomics work. And I mean, it was a pain just to get not version 1, phase 1 tokenomics integrated into exchanges. Getting something a little bit more complex involved moving forward is also going to be something that we have to work on. So V2 will come when V2 comes, but the intention is to have it before this end of this year, for sure. No later than. I have time for 2 more questions, and then I got to run.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
John, I have a quick question. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. First of all, I have to tell I really appreciate what you are doing. So my question is whether the SafeMoon card be available for South Asian countries as well, because I'm from South Asia.
Yeah. So the intention is accessibility for everyone. Quality, accessibility, security. 3 things that we focus on heavily on each product. And yes, the intention is everyone to have access to all the products. Now, again, there's regulatory frameworks that we have to work within in many different jurisdictions, and so we're working through them. But the intention is always to have accessibility for everyone.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you. All right, last question.
John, this is Chuck. My question is, because all of us have been, patiently watching the development and the prices, slowly coming up. Is there some major events that you foresee happening that you anticipate will bring in a lot of new users? In other words, it'll get a lot of public attention, like the blockchain or whatever you think might be happening in the future that will catch, those new users to buy in. Thanks.
Now, I can't comment on price or people getting new users to buy in because that's never my intention. Well, okay, I won't tell people to buy SafeMoon. That's just one of the things you can't do. But I will say a very attention towards SafeMoon and our ecosystem. Yes, there's some rather large events that'll really people will know this name of SafeMoon a lot more at that point. So we've got some pretty crazy stuff that we're working on that I literally cannot discuss at this point in time. But those different items, and this is why I'm calm in a lot of like these circumstances, is because I know what's coming down. Unfortunately, I would love to tell everyone exactly what we're working on, but there's NDAs in place, confidentiality, just even down to IP disputes with folks that create a company after SafeMoon existed, file somewhere, and then file a claim against us. Like there's just even stuff like that we have to take into consideration before releasing information. So yes, there are some rather large things coming down the line that will really put a lot of good attention on SafeMoon and what we're doing.
That's perfect. Thanks. And that's very, very exciting, and it's enough to keep me hooked in. Thanks.
Thank you, John.
Hey, everyone, thank you for hopping in. I love hanging out with you. Glad I was able to take this time to talk to everyone. So I will see you guys later.
Hey, we love you, John.